I remember back when you could see the tide turning, that cable was going to become a thing of the past eventually. And a lot of people like me, I became a cord cutter like 10 years ago. Like 10 years ago, I became a cord cutter. And I remember the time, one of the big things to me was that it's so less expensive than trying to subscribe to cable. Because you got to subscribe to these tiers and you get 50 channels that you never even watch and don't want, and it's so expensive. And I remember, Rob, people telling me at the time, you wait, eventually this streaming thing, it's going to be more expensive than cable. And I said, no, you're just salty. You're just salty that, that cable TV is going away. That's all. You're just salty saying this. It's always going to be cheaper. Well, guess what? Rob, I remember you and I did a show about 6 months ago where we cracked out the spreadsheet and we tallied it up, and it's like, oh yeah, streaming is more expensive than cable ever was. I mean, streaming is still better because of the types of programming we get, but it is more expensive now, and it only continues to get more expensive as Netflix, guys, has now announced that they are raising their prices to the point now that they are now going to officially be the most expensive streaming service. Now, keep in mind, it's still going to be around 15 to 16 bucks. Sure. Which, when you consider the amount of content you get on Netflix, that's still a good value. But anyway, this comes from the folks over at Screen Rant who write the following. Let me see if I can find out where exactly it is. Here we go. The price hikes, here we are, will once again see Netflix become the most expensive streaming platform. As reported by TV Line, the new pricing strategy will see the top tier for U.S. subscribers priced at $15.49 per month, putting it just above HBO Max's $15. The changes will be rolled out across the coming weeks, and it is believed that subscribers will be notified 30 days in advance. Ray, you and I were just talking about that beforehand, via email, and through notifications on the Netflix app. Read the comments below from a Netflix rep concerning the price updates. This is unfortunate, but it in no way should be considered surprising. Guys, here's the reality. Rob, you point this out all the time. Right now, the big streaming services all operate in a deficit. Yep. They all are losing money. Netflix loses billions per year. Disney Plus right now is losing billions per year. Now, they understood that would be the case. It's not a surprise. It's part of the long-term strategy.
They write it off.
Yeah, and they write it off. But that's a lot to write off. That is an awful lot to write off. But, we should not be surprised because we said on this show for a long time, guys, $7. What did Disney Plus start at again? $5 a month?
$6.99, I think, something like that.
Or it's gone up to $6.99, but it's gone up a couple of times. They've raised the price on that a couple of times. It's going to be raised a lot more because that's just how they get you in. And Netflix is going to continue to increase prices because they got to pay for all this content that they're making. Because remember, one of the big differences between streaming content and traditional cable is that on traditional cable, the more people that watched something, the more money the networks made. That's not how it works in streaming.
Right.
If they don't care if 10 billion people watch if they had 10 billion subscribers, that would be good. But I mean, if they don't care how many people watch a particular piece of content, what they care about is the number of subscribers they have, and does new content add new subscribers and stuff like that. Obviously, having popular stuff on is good for your service, but it's not the same. And so this should come as no surprise. And Rob, I'm going to tell you, I believe within 2 more years, by the end of 2024, I believe the standard Netflix, when I say standard, I mean the one most of us have, it'll be over $20. And it's only going to go up. I think Disney's going to hit $15 within the next couple of years. And it's just going to continue to go up. I'm not saying that's a bad thing because they do offer a lot of content, but we're not going to be in this, utopia where we get all this content for so little. The prices are going to go up. Rob, you heard about this price raise. What do you think?
Well, it's inevitable. I was telling you, I think on this show that I talked to a producer friend of mine who's very wise and understands the business better than I do. It was explaining that they're spending 100 to 150%, 50% over what they're taking in on content, that most of the streamers are doing that. That's a lot of money. And also the production companies that are making all of this material are counting on Netflix or Disney Plus or whomever to continue paying that money. But it's like a game of musical chairs. Eventually, these companies are going to have to show a profit. And this producer friend of mine said they want to get it down to, say, 35 to 50% of their subscription money coming in. That's a huge cutback in terms of what they're spending now on content. And I think it only makes sense. I mean, right now, John, there's only so many people in the world that can subscribe to streaming services. I mean, it's not like, we have this mentality that, well, we have to make sure our shareholders get more money every single fiscal quarter. Well, eventually that's just going to end, and it's going to end in a way that is not going to be, I think, conducive to everybody who's currently making a lot of money. But right now, the viewers are winning. We're getting a lot of great content. Netflix is also acquiring. I mean, I heard, what do they pay for Squid Game? Something in the early 20 millions. Not early. What do you call that? The low 20 millions. The low 20 millions. And look at how many people watch that show. Now, I don't know how many people subscribe to Netflix because of Squid Game, but it was a huge global phenomenon.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of show that they want. Not a lot of money spent comparative to the amount of people. Now, I don't know how many new subscribers that show in particular brought in, but that's what they want. And it's a crazy time, but those days are going to end.
It makes me wonder if, because Peacock and I think now Hulu, not Hulu. I think Hulu always has, but Peacock and I believe HBO Max. I think HBO Max has a new tier where there's some ads, like they have the $9.99 a month one, but we know Peacock has 3 different levels. I can't help but wonder if at some point we're going to see all the streamers. Somebody asked me a little while ago, do I think we'll ever see Netflix introduce commercials on like a special tier? And I said, no way. No way. I'm not so sure about that anymore, because if they did have a tier, like let's say you can pay your $15.50 a month, or you could pay $10 a month and have 1 or 2 ads per program. That way, the more people that watch a program, Netflix does make more money, and it gives you a choice. 2 weeks ago, I said no fucking way that would happen. I'm not so sure that's true now. I think there could, Rob, do you think there could be coming a time here where these streaming services are going to be looking for multiple ways to monetize and maybe offering viewers a lower price thing with ads? Do you think that could be coming?
I guarantee there's going to be something like that. I've even noticed on a lot of the YouTube shows I watch, there's more ads being placed in standard YouTube videos than ever before. Like even on my own show, I try and place ads every 30 minutes, but why not? I mean, they need the revenue stream. And at the end of the day, they're going to eventually run out of people to subscribe to their channels. I don't know if Netflix will tap out at or cap it, the 500 million subscribers paying 15. Can you imagine 500 million subscribers paying $15 a month? That is some serious cash flow to make stuff. But eventually they're going to want more. And how do you get more? You sell ads. So I can definitely see that happening.
By the way, so I just put up a poll for those of you guys watching live, because I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Would you be willing to take a less expensive tier for a streaming service that had ads? Now, we already got Peacock that has like 3 different tiers. Netflix already technically has different tiers. But I mean, to get the main tier that you want at a cheaper price, but it showed some ads. Would you guys be willing to do that? I'm not quite sure. As I just put up the poll, we've got 500 people have responded already. I'm surprised. It's almost split. Like I thought it'd be like 90% no, but right now we got 48% of people, of you guys are saying, we're getting close to 700 votes now. Now 49% of you guys are saying, yes, I would be willing to watch, as long as it's a couple of ads.
Yeah.
Like not like every 5 minutes, but like a couple of ads. 49% of you guys are saying, we're now over 800 votes. 49% of you guys are saying, yes, you would be willing to take a lower price tier with ads. Now it's 50-50. Now we're at 900 votes, 50-50. You guys are saying yes. No, I'm surprised. I thought it'd be less than that. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this whole thing about Netflix now raising the prices? We're going to see this happen a lot more, I believe, in the coming days. How do you guys feel about it? Still feel like it's a really, really good value? Are you starting to think it's getting a little bit too expensive? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.